Hey, look at the muscles. All y'all to be talking crazy in the comments. Bah, bah, bah. I'm just playing. Anyways, what's up, y'all? Today we're going to be reacting to Target. Walmart CEO gives Trump blunt warning about raising prices and empty shelves. So hopefully, your man Donald Trump understands. We don't got time. We don't got time. We need help. We need help with this, right? Subscribe to the channel. Actually, you know what? I gotta be careful putting this stuff on my desk. This is my desk. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay a towel down for this thing. Loving it. Subscribe, turn up. Nah, I don't even gotta tell y'all that, man. You like the video? Subscribe. You don't? Don't. Who cares? Let's hop right into it.
Markets are reacting to yesterday's comments from President Trump and members of his administration. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told investors in a closed-door meeting the president's trade war with China is, quote, not sustainable. According to a person in the room, Bessent said he expects there will be a de-escalation in the very near future, but acknowledged negotiating with China is likely to be a slog. Later in the day, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt echoed the Treasury Secretary's optimism, adding the administration was setting the stage for a deal, although neither...
Not gonna lie, if you have anybody in your life like Caroline Leavitt, you got a good person, because she defends that man all the way to a T. She says everything that he wants her to say. That's her job, but it's like, I just wonder how her and Marco Rubio's careers in politics are going to be after this. I just wonder. I do wonder that.
Officials suggested those negotiations actually have even begun. President Trump was asked about trade talks yesterday at the White House.
I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to play hardball with China. I'm going to play hardball with you, President Xi. No. We're going to be very nice. They're going to be very nice. And we'll see what happens. But ultimately, they have to make a deal. 145% is very high, and it won't be that high. It's not going to be that high. It'll come down substantially, but it won't be zero. It used to be zero. We were just destroyed. China was taking us for a ride, and just not going to have. It's not going to happen. We're going to be very good to China.
The president also walked back his attack in part on Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, days after posting online Powell's termination can't come soon enough, in the words of the president there. Yesterday, Trump said he never was actually going to fire Powell.
Navan is a business travel booking platform that slashes your travel costs. With Navan, employees book their own trips.
None whatsoever. Never did. The press runs away with things. No, I have no intention of firing him. I would like to see him be a little more active in terms of his idea to lower interest rates. It's a perfect time to lower interest rates. If he doesn't, is it the end? No, it's not. But it would be good timing. It could have taken place earlier. But no, I have no intention to fire him.
So, meanwhile, the White House says more than a dozen countries have brought the administration written trade proposals, and several foreign leaders are setting meetings this week to discuss potential deals.
Spoke to our entire trade team this morning. There is a lot of progress being made. We now have 18 proposals on paper that have been brought to the trade team. Again, these are proposals on paper that countries have proposed to the Trump administration and to our government. You have Secretary Bessent, Secretary Lutnick, Ambassador Greer, NEC Director Hassett, and Peter Navarro, the entire trade team, meeting with 34 countries this week alone. We're doing very well in respect to a potential trade deal with China. As I mentioned, there have now been 18 proposals in more than 100 countries around the world who are wanting to make a deal with the United States of America. And the president and the administration are setting the stage for a deal with China.
Prove it. Show us the receipts. I'm tired of them talking, man. This administration has been nothing but talking. Show us the receipts. We want to see countries on the phone with you, coming in and out of the country, trying to make deals. We want to see this. We want to see this. Because we're not seeing it now. Like, you're just saying it, man. This whole administration has just been all about just saying shit, man.
So while questions still remain on negotiations with China, the White House is reportedly close to general trade agreements with Japan and India. The details of the trade deals are still being worked out. According to Politico, the agreements are closer to memorandums of understanding or a broad architecture for future deals. Jim Vandehei, you guys are writing about what's happening behind the scenes and what sort of led to this moment here, saying that President Trump got a scare from CEOs and the markets on Monday. What has led to what we're seeing today?
Yeah, I think the important...
For sure. I mean, because prices are going up. Yeah, of course.
Takeaway would be in the last 24 hours, I'd say for the first time, we feel like in talking to White House officials, they're starting to make progress in persuading Trump that what he did early on was too dangerous and is really having ramifications that go beyond what he was seeing in his line of sight. Very important meeting yesterday in the White House. You had the CEOs of Walmart, Target, Home Depot with the president, warning him very bluntly, saying, listen, like, you're going to have price increases soon. You're going to have empty shelves in a lot of our stores.
Like in 2 weeks.
Like in 2 weeks. And you're going to have smaller companies going under because they're so reliant on trade, and that hasn't showed up yet at the stores, but it will soon. And I think the combination of that, watching the markets, hearing from other CEOs across different sectors saying the same thing, does appear, and I put quotes around appear because the president really is dug in on tariffs as a theory, but at least the White House officials who are trying to persuade him are. And that is an important thing to note about Trump. Like, if someone who runs a company is a CEO, you need people around you who will look at you and say, you know what, that's a dumb idea, and say it bluntly, or that's a dangerous idea, and say it bluntly. He doesn't have that. So when you're trying to persuade him, people have to either bring in other officials that he respects, or they have to say, no, sir, this is actually a genius idea if you move it this way. And so the process of moving him is taking a lot longer than those that don't like the policy internally would hope. So we'll see if he continues on this track, but certainly the comment on China, certainly the comment on Powell, the idea that was the media making it up that he wanted to fire him. They were reacting to his social media post where he basically called him a dog and said that he's a loser and shouldn't be in the gig. Like, is he saying he should be fired? No, but anyone else interpreting that might be fair to interpret it as that way.
So basically, they have to move everything according to his ego. Y'all tell me, man, is this the kind of America y'all want? It's the one y'all want, where it's like a guy, like you have to go, you can't tell him anything that's truth, because if he doesn't like how the truth sounds, he's going to try to ignore what you're saying? Is that what we're going to, that type of America we want, guys? Don't know. I don't want that. I don't want it.
Well, yeah, I mean, Trump said, quote, on Friday in a Truth Social post, Powell's termination cannot come soon enough. That's pretty explicit. He also called him a loser a couple of days ago. But, John, what are you hearing about the turn here, from a little bit of a turn in rhetoric, at least, from the president about Powell yesterday, about China? Obviously, the markets have tanked because of these tariffs. They tanked even more when he started threatening the job of Jerome Powell. Someone got to him, maybe just for a moment. As always, it might just be a day and he'll be back at his attacks today. But someone perhaps communicating to him, as Jim suggests, CEOs, people he respects, rich guys, saying, this is not working. You got to pump the brakes.
A hallmark of Trump's first term.
They really need to get like somebody up in there. Like, you need to get somebody up in there. Like in the Laws of Power, they were talking about the guy who saved China from Genghis Khan. And it wasn't like anybody powerful. It was a kid who convinced Genghis Khan, instead of wiping out like the Chinese people, taxed them, because he appealed to the man's greed. Trump's vanity. It's nothing but vanity. He appealed to his vanity. Like, that's how we get this to. Somebody gonna be in there appealing to his vanity. You won, sir.
Or these warring factions in the building, and this time around, they really tried to say that's not the case. We're all using our oars, rowing in the same direction. But we have seen a real split here in the last couple of weeks. And what's happened is that Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, is a little more emboldened than he was back on Liberation Day 3 weeks ago. And Peter Navarro has been pushed aside somewhat. There's including one key meeting last week where Trump announced his pause on tariffs. It happened because Navarro was literally literally on the other side of the building, and other aides rushed to Trump and got a few moments with him. And the president still remains responsive to who's in his ear last. And that's what we saw a little bit yesterday. It's Bissett and his team. Also, as Jim notes, some CEOs warning him, like, the damage here is real. You can't be threatening to fire the head of the Fed. Well, let's be clear, he did. And you can't, the idea of a trade war with China is going to continue to sink the markets here. And Monday was a really rough day. We saw this rhetoric yesterday that at least momently gives a respite to Wall Street. But Caddy, I want to go to you on this because we all know it, we say it a lot, the markets and also for other nations looking to deal with the United States, looking to have trade with the United States, what do they bank on? They want predictability. They want certainty. They want, there's some sort of sense as to we know where this is going. And even on a day where, yes, the markets cheered what Trump did, it's another 180. It is a constant shifting of stances, of language, and it's just so hard for any other nation to get their arms around it. And yes, I think at best we can say loose understanding of frameworks to deals. It's going to be hard to fill in those blanks.
Yeah, and the question now is the message we've had from the last 24 hours from Scott Bessent and from the president himself about Jerome Powell the end of the story? Is that the decision now going forward? It's no longer going to be the roller coaster, but the strategy has been set. Powell is not going to be fired. The Fed is going to maintain its independence. The tariff war is going to come down, and that a normal service, if you like, will be resumed. We don't know that yet. Trump seems to be more receptive to markets today than he was 3 weeks ago when he initially announced Liberation Day.
I think that's it, y'all. Definitely. I get it. And you guys probably get it. But that was 2 days ago as well. So things have changed within the past 2 days. Hopefully, things are better. Empty shelves and financial turmoil. Why Trump back down? Hopefully, I don't know. It's a consistent Trump back down. I'm about to do some Fox News ones too, so you guys can see that I'm on both sides of this. I want the country to do good. That's all. If the country's doing good, then I'm doing good. My pocketbooks are doing good, and my 401k is hurting right now. We need to get this together, man. All this stupid shit, this pointless ass trade war, this fucking now he's about to roll back on people's federal student loans. That's gonna affect so many people, man. And they're gonna start garnishing people's wages. 9 million people, man. You can bail out banks, you can bail out CEOs, you can bail out all these other corporations and things like that, but you can't bail out the citizens. When the citizens fall into debt for going to make their lives better. This is why countries are surpassing us in education. People don't want to people don't want to do the education route because they don't want to take on the debt. It's backwards, man. Anyways, y'all. So much going on, but I'm out. Peace.